Hey, this is Dan McDonald here. We're going to talk about Kauai Pharmacy herbal offerings today. Doug and Jenna were so kind to give me this care package after I broke a 40-day water fast. I do not know what's inside here. I am excited, as well as the live studio audience, to see what kind of gifts we got from Kauai Pharmacy. I'm going to just grab the first thing on top. What is that?
Yay!
What is it?
Women's Wellness.
Oh, really?
My favorite.
Wow, okay, cool. Women's Wellness. A sweet and tasty blend of restorative and balancing herbs from Kauai Pharmacy. 2 ounces. Can smell it right through there.
Wow.
Wow, we're going to talk about that in a little while. But Women's Wellness, I think, is the top selling herb. And I think that, you could probably tell us why. It's pretty magnificent, isn't it? Well, you don't really need to answer the question, but it's pretty awesome. And you drink it with all your lady friends, right? Have you tried the Women's Wellness?
Oh yeah.
Tea party.
Have you?
It's delicious.
I must have given you guys some at some point.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
good.
So, Women's
Also your
Wellness.
menstrual cycle.
Yeah, it's the, okay, well, that's, see, I don't think about that, see. Well, I do, because, in fact, it was you that I never even knew that women had that until Erica told me. So, basically, I was very uneducated man baboon. And this is very helpful. Well, I didn't know about it, that it hurts and it's hard to hike, and so I'd be like, Cocky, get your ass moving, come on, keep up with the rest of the crew. And then Erica was like, you're being kind of a jerk, this is how it is for women, and she explained it to me. So I was really behind the times. So men need to be very sensitive to women, especially during that time of the month. And this can help with that a lot. It's got the chase tree berry, so it helps to balance and regulate your hormones and your monthly cycle, which I'm still pretty much in the dark about. All I know is that around that time of the month, if you got a few chocolate bars sitting around, you can stave off a lot of problems. Other than that, could you be quiet? I'm trying to make a video. Just kidding. You guys can laugh all you want. Anyways, this is really, really good stuff. I actually drink it myself, but it's just for the flavor, not because I'm trying to balance my hormones or anything like that. I'm all good. Believe me, I like the T-bone, the T-Restosterone Rex. T-Rex. Can you dig it? And hopefully there's some T-Rex in here, if you can dig it, for the man side of things, the yin and the yang. This is the yin. So it's the #1 seller over there at Kauai Pharmacy last time I checked. So if you really want to try out, keeping your hormones nice and balanced, do a little research on the chase tree berry. Of course, I'm going to talk about that a little bit more, because we're going to wrap and roll here a little bit. I got a live studio audience. They're as excited about what's in the bag as I am. I hope you're excited too, so stick around for some more from the Life Regenerator. Okay, let's take a break. Okay, and we're back. It's Dan McDonald here, and we've got the second. Am I funny? Come on, laughs. At least you're smiling. I'm just kidding. What's this? This is a t-shirt. This is the man shirt. Now, when I wear shirts, I get way too hot, because after you've been having no shirt, oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I love it. That's great.
Well, guess what, little smarty pants?
Yes!
This is for the girl. This is for the
There's
girls.
only one?
There's only one. I can get more.
There's 3 of us.
Dad, we all need one. I want to.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's go
I actually
visit.
like the man
Should we
one
go
too.
visit the Kauai Pharmacy?
Yeah.
I was just there the other day, but I will love to go back. Tavis and I went for a visit. We bought a whole
Oh,
bunch of.
she's a winner.
We bought a whole bunch of
You are the winner.
curry powder, man. Where is
That was
it?
the best.
Curry powder.
It smells
I think Katya used it all on her little soup last night.
Smells
Curry
good.
powder. Tavis was like, I need to get some of that curry powder, dude. So he bought a whole bunch, because it's just a little dab will do you. This shirt is actually really awesome.
Yeah, you
The other yellow one, was I the only one? Oh, you did?
Little yellow.
Yellow's not my color.
I like
Green,
yellow.
light green though, it's like, ooh, smooth operator. You can see how jacked I am too in this shirt. How can I relate being jacked to Kauai Pharmacy herbs? I'm gonna have to think about that one and do a video later, but let's move on into the next thing. Tranquility. And this is basically what Doug and Jenna said, you need this, punk. Because it's true, and Dakota would agree, that I was a little frizzle fried near the end of the water fast. Day 38, I started to kind of get a little wonky, but that's to be expected, because I actually had to feel my feelings, and that's the problem. And so you get down there, and that's why it's nice to be alone when you do a water fast, because you get a little, all your stuff is coming up. Like 38 days later, you're still having stuff come up. It's pretty amazing. And believe it or not, there's still more work to do. This is a real transformational process. We'll talk about that one of these days. It's water fasting at those longer levels is not what you think. It actually, you think it's going to be this thing where you're going to float with the angels and stuff, but all it does is raise your awareness of how much more bullshit you're carrying around in you. Now your awareness is expanded and you're aware of the DNA, you're aware of the patterns, you're aware of the addictions, mentally, the talking, the words you use to describe yourself, old patterns. It's amazing. And then you're like, okay, you do one 40-day water fast, and then you're like, okay, now I'm ready to do the work, because what happens is the brain gets totally detoxified. And I think it's the only way to truly detoxify the brain is dry fasting or water fasting. I'm sure the juice fasting, which I've done before, but it was never even close. When I was on the water fast, I could feel God in my head and in my heart. And it happened so slowly that I didn't even know until I started eating again. And I looked back a few weeks or a month after I started eating, and I was like, wow, I had no idea how clear my head was and how expanded my heart was. Anyways, that is not the nature of this video. Tranquility, though, is the calming herbal formula from the Kauai Pharmacy, and you can use that right before bed, or anytime you need to just chill out and relax. Good for depression. It's good for aggravated nerves. So let me tell you the herbs in it, because you'll recognize some of them as nervines that just calm the system. And those are the Tulsi, lilikoi flower. Those are the purple flowers that are where we see all the lilikois. We went lilikoi hunting the other day. And so they take the lilikoi flower. It's just a thing like it's from another alien planet. It's pretty awesome. Blue vervain, another calming herb. Pineapple sage, nice aroma. Lemon balm, very calming. Mint, tarragon, valerian leaf. The freshness of these herbs will absolutely astound you. It's like they go from being in the ground or on the plant literally to your house within like a week or two at the most. It's incredible the process that they have and the integrity that they bring to these products. It's the next level. That's why I support them. It's really amazing what they do, and I'm honored to be a part of helping Kauai Pharmacy to get their products out into the world. This is cacao, ginger, turmeric, honey. I'm looking forward to that. We should all try this a little later. This is medicine honey. It's got Kauai raw honey, cacao, turmeric, and ginger. All raw, of course. And then just in a base of honey, so yum yum.
Is that new?
That's a new thing, yeah.
That looks amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. Oh, here's the curry blend. Awesome, dude. So we got some more curry blend to work with. Then you just a little dabble. It's true curry. And it's kind of like adding medicine to your food. Whether you're raw or making a cooked soup or whatever, or you can put it on an avocado and stir it into avocado, make an avocado mash. Take your celery, your cucumbers, your zucchini, your carrots, your broccoli, your cucumber, or cauliflower, whatever, and it's magnificent. And it has the true curry leaf, which is very rare. You don't really get the true curry leaf, and once you taste the real curry, you ain't never gonna want to go back to the ghetto curry that's in the Indian restaurants in America at your local strip malls today. What's next? You caught that one. Love potion. This is the man's version. So here's the yin and the yang. Yin. Nope. Yin. It's a camera, so it's backwards. Okay. Yang, yin. So you got the man over here with the ashwagandha power. That'll get you jacked, boys. So get off the coffee, because that's just depleting your adrenals. It's so acidic. It's like you get stimulated because of a toxic poison, and your heart rate accelerates. And anytime you eat a toxic poison, it raises your heart rate to get it out of there. And that's why you get stimulated. That's why you get a buzz. But that's kind of like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. You're still in debt. You want to take as much time as you need to regenerate your adrenals. So simplify your life. Become like a spiritual warrior. Get rid of everything you don't need. Simplify everything so you can just rest your adrenals. Stay home. Stay out of traffic. like what we're doing today. We're staying home today. We're all just like, we've been running around, having a good time, of course. And today we're just resting because we've actually had a long week. So take as much time as you need. It did take me a long time to regenerate my adrenals, but now they're back, full swing, especially after the water fast, and I feel great. What's next? Ooh, Vitality. This has the robust power and flavor. So yeah, it's like you want to drink these teas because really what it is at the end of the day, for everyone who's got the obesity, the diabetes, the sluggishness, the depression, it's all just clogged up. Everybody's just clogged up because the foods of civilization suck. Let's face it. And if I started labeling them, one or two of your favorite foods would be on that list. And so it's a really politically correct, emotionally charged thing. But if you really care about the truth and you really care about the evolution of your consciousness and the regeneration of mankind, you'll be honest with yourself about what foods truly belong in the human body, nourishing them without taking life and being a murderous psychopath, because it's totally ridiculous. It's like, you really want to eat that chicken? We're out there feeding the chickens. The last thing on our mind is thinking, doesn't that furry, hairy, ugly-looking, weird, alien-looking freak with that thing on his head look like something to eat? Especially when we got coconuts and fruits and lilacois and lychees hanging around. And if we saw a pig, it'd be less likely that we would do that. So it's crazy, man. So it's really like, and that's just the animal stuff, you know? You know me, I'm against everything, you know? But the foods of civilization are really hurting us. So when you take these alkaline fluids, you can start to dissolve and nourish. These are going to build the blood. The other thing about the Kauai Pharmacy herbal teas and their products is the consciousness involved. It's like anything that you're around, whether it's music, herbs, food, people, environments, cities, countries, everything has a field and an effect and a consciousness vibration. And so you're getting Kauai and you're getting the goodness of the land there and the intention that's put into these things, which is a healing intention. Doug and Jenna used these herbs for themselves when they first got to Kauai to heal themselves of the mainland blues, if you will. I know what they are. I was a busted up mess when I got here, and I was trying to do the best that I could. And everyone has to do the best that they can. So even if you can't take a break or wherever you're at, you know, bring a little bit of the love to your house. Have it shipped to you, and take a mini vacation every time you make the hot tea on a colder day. Or the Tranquility is particularly awesome as a tea where you can either sun brew it or you can hot brew it and then put it in the fridge and bring it down and cool it off. My favorite thing on planet Earth, one of them on a hot day, is half Tranquility and half cold Tranquility and half sugarcane juice. Really awesome. You can also put a little bit of honey in the hot tea, stir it up, and then cool it, and then you have a nice sweet iced tea that's actually not like the really low level like Lipton. I'm gonna sit on the front porch old school Southern style and drink this acidy, low quality stuff that's been sprayed with pesticides, because this is all good, no pesticides. We're gonna actually go into that here in a minute. Oh, we got, oh, these are the dope scene right here, dude. That's how you bring Kauai into your environment really naturally and very quickly. These are hydrating medicines. That last one was Tulsi, which is invigorating. And the tea tree here, I'm thinking I'm digging the tea tree today. That one got me like irie, you know what I'm saying? The tea tree is like a purifier. And so you breathe those right in, and it just goes right into your blood, and it changes your awareness, right? It goes right to you. The Tulsi is very uplifting to the spirit. They've been using the Tulsi plant in India as the holy basil herb. You need more of those?
That's mine.
Okay. I don't know. I'm going to have to go beg Doug and Jennifer some more. I guess I'll make another video. But I love this stuff, man. And I'm really glad that because when I first came here, they opened their door to me.
Wow.
And you guys were that's the first place they came to visit.
It is.
And so we all have this real connection with Kauai Pharmacy, and we want to share that with you. You know what I'm saying? Like Doug and Jen are really doing a cool thing. I know I'm kind of being a little bit of a smart aleck today, but which is kind of nice. To just chill out and relax and sort of be myself. I'm being myself more today. We just did a video a minute ago. I was really myself, but that was totally politically incorrect, and I'm not going to post that one unless we edit out about 99% of it. But anyways, Kauai Pharmacy is really awesome. Here's another one. I'm pretty sure if I bring this out,
It's fine, dibs.
it's pretty much what I figured. We're on the same wavelength here. Little queen over there. Ah, this is
Fine.
actually. What is it?
Crystal
Poop.
body butter.
No. You can have the poop. No, it's actually no poop is used at Kauai Pharmacy. They use molasses and spirulina, and they bring in all these amendments from the land, and they just put it all around the plants, and it just. That's the key to the whole thing. I mean, the thing is, it's like everybody's so sterile. The modern farming is so sterile, and then what they're doing over there at Kauai Pharmacy, and anyone who has a half a brain in their head and growing food and plants, is they're bringing all the junk from the land, they're slopping it around their trees and their plants, and then they're letting the microorganisms live underneath there because they need oxygen and they need places to hide. And then what they do is they chew up everything. They chew up the rocks, and they poop out little minerals that are angstrom size that the plants can absorb. And so there's this whole microbial potential within all the soil. So the more microbes that you have from the more sludging, sliming, decaying matter, the better off all the plants are going to be. So these are super nutrient dense. I've seen what they do. They've got a master gardener that's been there for years, and she really, like, the people that work there care, and that's what you're going to get. And so it's like, oh, I can't afford that, I'm going to go get the Walmart crap from the guy that was picking his nose while he was packing it and doesn't give a rip and flip. You know what I mean? Everybody over there really cares, and you're going to get that. Now, you have to trust me, because unless you're one of the people, and everyone that's gone there to the pharmacy via these videos, which has been a lot of people, they're like, I'm going to Kauai Pharmacy from Dan McDonald's videos when I go to Kauai, and they love it. And they love it. They see it for what it is. So if you ever get a chance to come to Kauai and go to the Kauai Pharmacy and check out how it's really done and the awesomeness of it, and one of the reasons why I continue on with this relationship with them is just to watch them grow. Ever since, all of us, we've all been involved in helping that place grow since I've been there. It's doubled in size. They're producing twice as many herbs. And twice as many herbs are getting out all over the world to people that need them. Herbs, fruits and herbs. And, obviously I love fresh herbs, but this is as second as you can get because they slow dry them in a dehydrator. And so it's raw. And that's how I can associate myself, because these plants are actually raw. And so you just extract all the wonderful benefits, drink them down, and it gives you a chance really to get some more liquids, because at the end of the day, you are better off with more liquids than you are solids. And that's why I've always said the high water fruits and vegetables, but at the end of the day, it's like really, you're just using liquids. And a lot of people say, well, that's not right, but really you already are a juicing machine. Your whole body is a juicing machine. Big chunks of stuff are not passing into your bloodstream. Only water-soluble microscopic particles and consciousness are going into your bloodstream through the GI tract, unless you have a leaky gut, which I'm sorry, stop eating GMOs and other things too, but that's not going to go into that in this video. But you just want to keep your system flushed, and you're really just an air machine, and you need to have electrical conductivity for the brain and the nerves to go, oh, that's hot, that's cold, that feels good when I give my wife a hug. So your electrical conductivity, and then the heart level, the brain level is emanating outwards. So you're able to receive. If you have high conductivity, you're able to receive from hopefully a pure, pristine environment, which is what you really want. That's why you go to nature as much as you can. You live in nature if you can, and you absorb yourself in nature, because In the cities, of course, it's going to be like, I hate this guy with his stupid raw foods, because you're not going to want to really wake up to the fact that you're living in a concrete jungle and you're totally enslaved. You know what I mean? So you're going to want to stay asleep with the sleepwalking foods. But when you want to wake up, really, because you're committed to your highest potential as a human being, you're going to want to get involved in fresh foods and become a sensitive being. It's very challenging. Believe me, becoming more and more sensitive, and that's the sacrifice you make as a spiritual warrior to raise the collective consciousness of mankind, because the field is always trying to pull you down because it's a really heavy field. But you know that you want to make your life mean something, so you keep climbing upwards even though there's a lot of density in the field. And as you're climbing upwards, you have to continually face new levels of the collective unconscious and your own personal karma as well, and it just keeps going on and on. Otherwise, you'd already be enlightened and you may or may not even be here anymore. But you'd be a bodhisattva if you were here, staying for the goodness of mankind, so you'd be doing the work anyways. Or you can just stay asleep, pretend that money, sex, fame, and all those other things are going to satisfy you, and live a delusion. But you'll never leave behind a permanent eternal legacy, and that's the key. So that's the electricity from the raw foods, the herbs, the healing, the detoxification. The detoxification, you know, it's like I went raw vegan for 6 months. I started to feel my feelings. All these deeply embedded toxins, DDT, chemicals, vaccines, metals, viruses, parasites, all started coming up. And then I changed back to the dead stuff, and all that went away, because the awareness of what the body was trying to tell you went away. So you tell your awareness to shut up by putting it back to sleep. Those of us that are the spiritual warriors, we're eating light, we're eating bright, we're living in a way, we're facing it, it's allowing it to come up so we can process and move through it. Very challenging process to do while in the public eye, trust me, or even just to have a normal day job for that matter. But when you're really doing it and you're in the public eye, whoo, you got to be on your grind, son. But I will never give up, because I know, I don't care if Mark Zuckerberg knows how many hairs I have on my butt. God knows how many hairs I have on my butt. God knows what I'm thinking. And that's what matters, because that's the permanent field of eternity, and that is the lawmaker and the reward giver. And so you'll reap the true rewards of life if you truly live in alignment with the law of life. And so that's why I don't kill my brothers, the chickens or the pigs, because I don't need to. 18 years later, I'm not falling apart because I haven't eaten any dead animals, but I will tell you the truth. And I didn't mean to get into this rant and tangent, but the thing is, and we're going to finish up here in a second, but it's like, yes, it does take a lot of transition. And I didn't know. I'm just the type, I didn't have any mentors or leaders that really brought that up, that needed me to know that I was probably going to go 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So I could learn this, and I could leave a trail and a track. And that's why it took me 17 years to be able to do a 40-day water fast, because if I would have done it at any other time, I wouldn't have been prepared. So everything I did leading up to it is what prepared me for it. So it's a transition period, but I never let go of the ideal, because it made so much sense to me that the foods that are available in nature, without having to kill the animals, because the animals are produced by nature, but I just thought, no way, dude. I can't kill anything, but I can easily go to these trees like we did yesterday, popping these lilikoi off there. They're like just bam, just sucking. Sorry, Dakota's mad as hell because she was out camping and we went and got all the Jamaican lilikoi. We actually saved you some, honey. Believe me, they're there. And we have this 40-foot pole. Everyone else has like an 18-foot pole, and I'm DTM, and I'm like out there with this thing, reaching way up there, and they're like, that's the longest pole I've ever seen. You can get the ones we can't. And I'm like, sorry, sucker, I'm not sharing. This is for my family. Pop. Because these are really rare, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a pretty nice guy, I still don't share Jamaican lilikoi, even though I'm known as being Mr. Generous. But I will share with my family, even though the other day I did take the best ones. Oh, I got none, sorry. Can I continue? Anyways, take time with the transition, but never give up. Don't turn your back. You know, if you really believe that, because, there's a lot of rumors and stuff out there, but believe me, if you get your body cleaned out and refined, and the thing is believe me, I wish I could tell you how it really is, but nobody really does it. But I've been doing it for a long time, and it's like, it's really real, man. It's like these things are deeply embedded. They're emotional, physical, spiritual, mental toxins and patterns and DNA, this like patterns of family and generational curses and cultural society addictions and habits and everything else. I mean, but it's society and culture and civilization is not necessarily, and actually is the total opposite of the laws of nature. So somehow you've got to find a way to really have a balance. That's what's awesome about being a human being. I've been wanting to talk about this. There's just no way. It's just like, I feel so blessed to be on the journey, on the upwards. And I guess apparently by what I see online, I'm able to do what other humans can't. But that's because I'm a stubborn son of a bitch, and I'm never going to give up on this ideal that was planted in my heart 18 years ago from this amazing book that completely transformed my life. And I've been working hard to master those principles ever since. Okay, that was my rant for the day. Never give up is the thing. You know what I mean? Never give up on the diet of the pure light. The pure light. So what you have, I'm sorry to go on about this, but, your body is one thing, but you're not taking it with you. So what are you doing to help your spirit to grow? What are you doing to raise your level of consciousness and awareness? You know what I mean? And so that's all I got to say, because I see all these animals suffering, and it's like totally unnecessary. You don't need any of that. It's just, there's a lot to that, but I'm going to leave that to everyone else. Healing Beauty Balm. Katya left. She doesn't get it. It's for you, Natea. Oh, no. This is the Healing Beauty Balm. Wow, that was quite a tangent. Organic coconut oil, beeswax, tulsi, noni leaf, yarrow, calendula, gota cola, and lavender. So it's got some nice herbs in there and some incredibly high quality oils and beeswax as well. So those are just some of the products that I've got there. I've got a closet full of them too. But so thanks, Doug and Jenna, for watching this video and all the stuff you gave me here. Today I was going to just go over this awesome thing here real quick, and so I think we'll call that good, and I'll do another one for this thing right here, and that'll be the short and quick version, and this one will be for the hardcores that love to sit around and listen to the rap. It's just, here's the thing, and this is what I think only the hardcore viewers understand. It really, really matters to me that people understand what I'm saying, because I get it inside, and it's only an 8th grade level of understanding, really. I get it inside. I can see it. I get it. I understand it. I got it. I got the whole thing in the less than that. And I've been working at it ever since. And it's really just peeling away all my crap. It's not the fact that the laws of nature are wrong. It's just that my conditioning and my habits and my attachments, and so that's a level of honesty. It's like, well, I tried the raw thing, but it wasn't easy, but it actually is easy. And all the other things that I've seen, I'm just here to represent the live foods diet, that it's totally possible. There's no deficiencies. That's, in fact, there's only 2 deficiencies. 1, oxygen, and 2, sleep. I mean, not sleep, but sunshine. And sleep too, but anyways, man, I wish that the people who want to know what I know knew what I know, because it's a super blessing. Even though I've still got so much room to grow, so much room for refinement, because it just keeps going up and up and up. The pureness of the blood, the clarity of the mind, the simplicity of the diet. And it's really transitioning from body consciousness to divine consciousness. And that's been the hardest thing for me, because they're like, you're skinny, and it's like, well, that's not really me. This is just the body that I have. And then when I eat lighter and the consciousness gets much clearer and brighter, you get skinny. that's why the yogis are super skinny, because they're really just interested in the divine consciousness. They're like, I'm a yogi, man. I'm looking for God, but I better go hit the gym and carb up, you know. They're not really thinking that way. So there's a lot of different Dans. I'm trying to represent a certain kind of a lifestyle, but I'm also just on this other lifestyle that is the lifestyle of the yogi, you know. And so yeah, my heart, dude, it really is my heart, man. And it's frustrating as hell, man, because I can't see you. I don't know if you're picking up on what I'm saying or not, and I feel frustrated because I can't really describe it. That's what sucks. There's no words to describe the divine intelligence within you. It's already operating. Get the hell out of its way. And that's the thing. Well, I gotta eat this, I gotta eat that. I felt bad for a little while. I knew it was the fruits and vegetables were making me sick, so I went and started eating lamb's heads and all this stuff. And it's like, oh, I'm serious. You guys are thinking I'm a joke. It's like, fruits and vegetables are bad for you. I'm going to eat this lamb head. And I'm watching these people eat the brains of a lamb. And I'm thinking, you have a human brain. Now you're going to eat the sheep's brain? That's downwards? Hello? You know? And use the food, because the fruits, the fruits, man, they activate your brain. It's the fruits that made our brains bigger. I'm an anthropologist. I know this. Trust me. Eat fruit and watch your neurons grow. Watch your sensitivity grow and expansion. The problem is you got to deal with all the childhood trauma. You got to deal with all the pain, all the traumas, all the toxins. And it's like, it's just better just to eat pizza, drink beer, smoke weed, get fat, and die without ever having to pay attention to any of that. It's much more convenient, but I'm telling you, it's not a rich life. The rich life is the awakened life. That is the life of paying attention and evolving spiritually out of illusion and into the truth. And it's a very humbling experience. And it's just, otherwise it's just stupid, you know? And so that's why I know I don't fit in on social media, because on social media, we tell you what you want to hear, you know? So we can have a niche market career, have a big following, and we talk about the politically correct spiritual stuff, but we don't say anything that's going to offend anyone. We don't want to have anyone change or face themselves or look at the truth. It's all politically correct, and it's like, I'm not really like that, because it's not always a pleasant journey. You know, it's not always a pleasant journey. And for those of us like me that have had it, you know, even more challenges, because that's what it has to be like in order to really rise, is to have that, you got to get to really become, you know, you got to get ground. So if you just got a little cush life and then you're like, I don't want to change or whatever, that's fine. But if you're a warrior and you got to come from way the hell down here to rise up, then you get the whole gamut of the thing. You can see that that's a blessing from God as opposed to a curse, which you might have thought earlier, you know, the challenges and whatnot. So I'm going to read this pamphlet next. I'll do that real quick. And that'll be another quick video here on this video marathon. While the kids are here, we're going to make some more stuff. So we're going out for a walk right now. Then we're going to go get some more food stuff. And we're going to do some videos for Paradigm. So represent Life Regenerator, baby. I hope that you at least picked up. I mean, I am really frustrated right now. Thanks, Doug and Jenna, if you're still watching. I kind of went on a DTM Life Rejuvenator tangent, but I think that's what's really been going on lately is I've gotten to the point, I've gotten to the point where words don't really work to describe the experiences that I've had, and I'm like really, really frustrated. There's no simple, logical, linear answer. It's just really like, pick out your vision. Like, I have a vision, and I'm getting there slowly but surely, but I'm telling you, all my debris, sacks of thinking and lust and ego and everything else, man, I'm gonna get it though, because I can see the ego and the spirit battling, and I'm just like, I'm choosing the spirit over and over. I'm like, sorry, Mr. Ego, You're cool. You got me this far, but right now you're holding me back. You're worried about what people think. You want all this stuff. You want things to be the way you want it to be. You don't want to have any discomfort. But the spirit needs to keep growing. So you need to be shed off so that I can be free. Because you're just going to keep me in an ego prison of all this stuff, and I can't be myself. That sucks, man. Then you can't be the childlike, because only the childlike enter the kingdom of heaven. And believe me, my friend, the kingdom of heaven is here on earth now. It's a state of consciousness. I saw this guy the other day with a sign. Jesus is coming. I'm like, what are you talking about? Jesus is here, man. Right now. Now is the time. This is it. I mean, this is practical spirituality. I'm going to write a book. The Power of Tomorrow. Put everything... How convenient, you know what I mean? Instead of Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now, The Power of Tomorrow, Jesus is coming tomorrow. It's like, well, so what, are you going to sweep the floors tomorrow? Or are you going to get yourself right with the Lord tomorrow? Now's the time, to working every day diligently and exerting yourself, because you have so much potential in you, man. Until you're walking on water, literally with the power of your faith, literally walking on water, because that's how high your vibration is of the faith in what you really are, because we are. Like, you can't walk on water. Why? Because we all believed that. Roger Bannister can't run a 4-minute mile. Why? Because we all believed that. We have to believe in more. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to believe in evolution of consciousness, meaning basically the evolution of consciousness is simply becoming aware of what's always been. We call it a miracle because we don't understand the phenomenon. But the phenomenon is still there. It's readily available. It's in the field. It's spontaneous healing. And it's also associated with, very verifiable linear laws of life. So keep the miracle in your mind, because it's a spontaneous awareness of the block. And then when the lights shine, the block is gone. It's the subconscious blocks that are keeping you from becoming as financially abundant as you want, or from being able to follow the diet, because you didn't realize that every time you got in a fight with your husband, or every time you got in a fight, you watched your parents. Every time your mom got in a fight with her dad, she went and ate something. Every time you get in a fight with your husband, you go and eat something. You didn't even know that. And now you saw this video, you heard that, and you're looking for that, and now you're like, oh my God, every time I fight with my husband, I go out to eat. And that's why I'm 80 pounds overweight. And you say, oh, and then you shine the light of awareness, and then you're like, okay, I fought with the husband, I'm going to go for a walk. You know what I'm saying? You can change it. But if you're not aware of it, you can't change it. So can you dig it, baby? I went on, but this is for the hardcores anyways, and for Kauai Pharmacy. Some dope stuff right here. Get on it. Life Rejuvenator. I could go on and on forever, but it's like I could go on and on because I really mean it. This is all I got to say, then I'm going to force myself to stop. I want people to know what I know. I want people to have these skills, this knowledge. And I haven't perfected it, but I have come a long way. I've made a lot of progress. And, I'm in my journey. I'm right in the middle of my journey, man. And I just don't give up. That's the only thing I've ever had going for me is persistence. There's people that are way better looking than me, way smarter, bigger muscles. That's the most important thing. And way better editing skills and everything else. But for me, all I have is persistence. And, I do the raw vegan thing, and that's an important thing. But there's also so much more, but the fresh food and the pure blood and then the fasting for your brain and your heart, I'm telling you, man. And so just let those seeds be planted. I'm serious, you got to go, but you got to know that. Y'all got to know that I just want you, I want everyone. I wish I had more skills of oratory, to take these concepts, these principles of life, what I've dedicated myself to, and all the blessings, unbelievable blessings of abundance and health and evolution, and now just on fire. Just really, really on fire for the next level and kind of frustrated and mad too at the same time, believe it or not, because it's not happening fast enough. And that's one of my things. I mean, if I could just dig a hole and build a mountain, I would do it, you know, but sometimes I got to learn how to just chill out and let this process happen. And sometimes during the process, it is not pleasant. And you take a step back, and when you've taken 2 steps forward, and then it's during taking that step back to get the lesson solidified, solid as a rock, it's tough because you were already there. Now you're back here again, but now you get your strength back up, you get your commitment, you understand where you went wrong, you recommit, and now you go 2 steps forward, which actually mathematically is 1 step forward. And so you keep taking 1 step forward, 1 step forward, 1 step forward, with those periods of integration through the mistake making process. So, failure way to success. I've said it before. I'm out of here. There's a link down below for the Kauai Pharmacy stuff. Support these guys for real. Thank you.